Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming, and this is Playdead Live, the Max Awards Season number 2. This is it's probably one of my favorite streams because it recognizes some of our best PvPers, some of our best ambassadors to the game, and it's recognized almost completely by you. As you guys know, a lot of these are voted on. Now, we did add a couple extra categories last season that were kind of cool. I've added a couple more this season. So anywhere from, well, you'll see. It's a lot of good stuff tonight. But I think this particular event was, this time around, was less cliquish, I guess, and more respect for the entire league. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, it's kind of natural that we do this and people tend to, their tag team partner, they vote for different people. And I'm not going to divulge who voted for who, but I will say there was a lot of cross-league recognition. So that's how I knew that people took it to heart and spent a lot of time doing it. So I'm pretty pleased with that. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that we have in store. We're going to get into the award show. We got a special guest tonight as MC. I think you guys will be pleased. And I think we've got the most amazing bundle. There's been a lot of hype today about what it is in this bundle, because initially we were going to do the pack opening event over the weekend, and then we pushed it back to tonight, and we decided to push the pack opening event to next week because Deadly Dimes has been saying, Kills, we need a Black Friday bundle. And because we're playing on Friday night, I thought about it and said, okay, Dimes, just for you, I will unveil a couple things that we weren't going to unveil until next week. So that means they'll be available for the tournament. So for the first time ever, we're putting some crazy, crazy weapons, plural, in tonight's bundle. It is limit one bundle per person. However, you can buy a bundle for another person if you so choose. That's up to you. Maybe you can negotiate something. You'll see why. You'll see why that's important. So it sounds like we got a fun, action-packed evening. So weapons with an S. Plural. They're pretty big bad weapons. I think they're two of the best that we've ever put in. So let me show you a little bit of what we want to talk about tonight. I know there's a lot of hype and a lot of buzz around who had a good time with portals the other night. I mean, I had an absolute blast. But if you want to talk about kind of the future of PvP with Playdead Live, we just finished the farm regular season. We've got the farm tournament. We've got Crypts coming up in December. But portals are a big deal. It is a lot of fun. And those of you on the right, I didn't put your name bigger because you didn't score any points yet. It's the way the file worked out. So this is our leadership board. And you can see over on the left side, the way the leadership board goes, if you play and win, you get 3 points. So right now, Flyrod, B-Dub, Jules, Killer Beasley, Busy Bee, Cat, all tied for first place in the Portal single elimination league. It's going to be 10 weeks. Kel, who finished second in a 3-for-all, 2 points. And then Amanda, Moon, Anthony, Animal, Ocean Man, Football Master, all with 1 point. So the point of it is, you play, you win. As long as you're here playing. If you win, you really win. But the portals are going to be 10-week season. I know, it's an extra night for some people. So as I said before, we're not going to flip-flop Fridays for Saturdays. Friday is our adventure, is our story, is our scene. But the portal gives us something a little bit more unique where it could be solo, 3 people all fighting against each other. Could be 4 people all fighting each other. We don't know. But it is going to be a showdown. And you weren't the only person to suggest it. There were a couple people said, hey, I'd love to do portals. Can we do it on Friday? But it's just it's never going to change. It will be a Saturday night event. Show up when you can and win when you can. And you'll see how the standings go. In addition to that, for every win you get, it's 3 tomes. So B-Dub, Fly Rod, Jules, Killer Beasley, Busy Bee, Cat, all with 3 tomes for winning. And 3,000 dead dimes, by the way. Kel racked up 2, but everybody else that played, even if they lost, they still got on that tome leaderboard. So you can actually get yourself well placed for the library event that we're going to have in January by getting tomes, or you can also the portal event at the end of the season. So a lot of fun with that. Just want to show you guys the leaderboard. What else do we have coming around the corner? Heard we had strongholds. So this weekend, we're going to give you the opportunity to bid on your stronghold. I don't know why the file did not like the stronghold. That was a lot of memory that popped up. But this gives you a basic idea of strongholds. And there will be different ones, and you'll be able to set it up, and you'll be able to raid and do traps and do a whole lot of things. So that's coming this weekend. Get together, get with Kel. She has dead dimes totals for everybody. You might need to pool some together. That is going to be some of the contribution that we have out of our players. I see Valar in the house. Thank you so much, Valar. Valar picking up the bundle. And there's some hype. All right. So some people are excited for portals. Some people are excited that we're going to narrow down the farm when we go to crypts, and it's going to be less people, less moves, quicker nights. We're probably going to finish around 11:30, so it'll be much, much faster. Fresh thoughts, action, maneuvers, all of those things. So what else could we put in store? I don't know if you guys remember, last time we did this was September 7th. A lot's changed since September 7th. All right. Can you guys still hear me coming through loud and clear? All right, cool. All right, just want to make sure we got everybody. So let me show you something that I think is going to change the game a little bit. All right. For the first time ever, we're adding 2 really, really top-end weapons into the mix here. You guys can see this up on the board, and it is incredible. It is absolutely incredible. So we're going to start out just the bundle up in the top left-hand corner. I'll just start with that, because this is all about Black Friday special, brand new weapons, upgradability. So just the white bundle, or the gray bundle, sorry. The gray bundle top left-hand corner. That is a 4-pack of each of those items. So that's 4 resin restores. It's 4 Elysium. It's 4 graphene. And it's 4 moss grenades. So that alone is 16 items. Let's go red. Pet Repel, Torment, Red Skins, Cavern Ruby, Max Red. Why do you need all these gems? About to find out. Photon Pluto, 2 of those, but we've got that in 2 different areas. Plus 6 TS-15s. There's a little bit of your restock right there. 3 silver skins. I know how many upgrades have happened the last week. A lot. A lot of upgrades. A lot of brand new weapons. We're bringing the king back. Some of you had one red Toxie, some have a couple, but yes, we're putting red Toxie in here. Why? Because you might want to have an extra red Toxie just in case you want to level him up later. Heal Scope. Max Nerf Arrows. Unholy Smoke. 2 more. Plutos. Frantic 5. 6 T20s. 3 Gold Ciens. Healing Brew. 2 Plum Arrows. Silver Spark. Damage Scope. Max Blue. Cavern Sapphire. 6 M20s. 4 Tomes. Energy Orb. Gold Pet Skins. And 2 brand new Gladiator weapons. And let me tell you what's super cool about these Gladiator weapons. They're both standalone. So if this is the only weapon you have, well, it's a nice weapon because it's a Gladiator D15 B1 AP1. And if you don't have a saber, then you got a Gladiator saber. So you got 2 weapons right here. If those are your first 2 weapons, you now have an AR-15 and you have a saber. But that's not what makes them special. See, this is the first gun in the PvP series that can also be added to Rose. So you can either use the Gladiator weapon, or you can make it attachment number 9 for Rose, and it will add D1, B1, AP1 to Rose. It's the first item you can sacrifice to Rose to get a point of base. Now, with sabers, if you happen to have a Sega, a Genesis, a Saturn, you can also take this saber and you can sacrifice it to one of the other 3 sabers. And you can get D1, B1, AP1 to your saber upgrade. So maybe you use this as a standalone saber until you get a legendary. And then when you get a legendary, you can sacrifice one of the PvP items to that saber. So 2 different standalone items, or upgrade number 9, D1, B1, AP1 for the gun, D1, B1, AP1 for the saber. I see Busy Bee. Let me minimize that, Busy Bee, because we're just going to stick this over here so you guys can see the other items that go along with it. Probably the biggest, most complete bundle that we've ever put together. So Dimes, I'm pretty certain that Tiny, I see that. Look at, Dimes is like, let me get Will a, so right there you've got Dimes with an upgrade for her Rose and a brand new saber. You got Will with a brand new weapon. 2 weapons. Certainly Tiny is going to be rocking it before the tournament. All right, and we'll get, I know a couple people are having issues with super chats, so we'll be patient. I know Jim is trying to get, YouTube's been a little bit weird lately. Gina messaged me, just so you guys know, for competitive standpoint. Gina's picking up the bundle. Trigger, fly rod, gemstone. So this is a big deal. So we'll get you guys set up. I mean, we'll be streaming for a while, so you guys will get an opportunity to pick up the gear. Yeah, it's a YouTube thing. Julia's trying as well. Oh boy, B-Dub is like Father Ron getting a game. Father Ron needs this. You know what? That might be, I got to say, that is the ultimate sign of respect. Here's what I mean by that. This is super, super cool. Ron, who are you playing Monday night? And exactly. And I want to highlight this for a second. Bonnie could have picked up that bundle next Tuesday night or message and said, hey, we'll hook Ron. That is why Bonnie, and look, a lot of you guys are phenomenal and tremendous ambassadors. But that's just a really cool gesture, isn't it? Hey, gear yourself up, man. We want to play Monday night. The best of Ron, not keep him, maybe he's a little weaker. I think that's really, really cool. It's like, bring your best. It's all about the competition, not, but Ron, I got to be honest. It's good stuff. Oh, there's a rule. Just hope he doesn't kill. So, Ron, you can't kill her with it. Severely wound, maim, yes, but you can't get the killing blow. Awesome stuff. But again, animal picking up animals, 2 new weapons for you right there. So, Joe, you are going to be walking out. I want to show you guys this again because I got to tell you, they're 2 of my favorite weapons. So if you're trying to see the whole bundle, I apologize. But I was trying to keep this secret all day long. We've had PvP weapons. We've had amp. But this is the first gladiator gun. So you got stats on this. First of all, it's a D15 gun. But man, oh man, if you got rows and you're putting these attachments on there, the first attachment that gives you D1, B1, and AP1. And I told you guys, you're going to get in the Saber game eventually. Whether it's through a bundle or a pack or a reward, eventually everybody's going to have a Saber. Now, having a legendary Saber is really, really nice because you can start adding these to that legendary Saber. And imagine having a Rose and a Saber both and just putting skins on those things. I got a message from Gemstone a couple days ago when the inventory went out. And she's like, man, it's really cool seeing the epics upgraded. And then I'm like, hey, that's all your work. That's all the creativity that you guys put into it when these skins start to, whether it's a new pet, whether it's a bionic, whether it's something that you rolled out. Kel messaged me a couple days ago and said, you rolled out Rose in August. And Rose is one of the longest standing weapons in August. So you guys have been adding pieces to that, making it stronger. Here we are a few months later, and it's still Currently the strongest weapon in the game. Sabers will give it a run for its money. Cool. Looks like a couple of super chats are starting to go through. I think a few people just had to log off. There it is. Yep. Looks like everything seems to be going more normal now. Will, you're giving me a tier. Will's giving me a tier for no red pet skins. But Will, there is. And it's over in the red bundle. It was just covered up. Right over here under this brand new gladiator gun. All right. Yep, I guess super chats aren't going to work and super stickers are working. So, some people are going to have to sticker it and some people are going to have to chat it. You know what? We got time because we got some great awards. We got some great acknowledgments for you guys tonight. But I did want to talk about those weapons a little bit. And let me take a small trip down memory lane before we give away rewards. Because, as I said, the last Max Awards were September 7th. So when we were doing this the last time, we had just rolled out the first piece of Merc gear. You guys were going into a tournament rocking battle gear. And battle gear was about, I don't know, it's about 6, 7 AP. And now we got people that are full gladiator. You guys had just finished Morgue of Mirrors. Right, Jim? Who remembers the gemstone story from Morgue of Mirrors? The unholy trinity that you guys were just fighting the last time we did these Max Awards. And we were transitioning into Crossfire Cliffs. And at Crossfire Cliffs is where we got Nero and we got Blaine. We got Omega. So some pretty strong PvP items in there. So we are going to go a little bit down memory lane tonight. I remember it. It was a little something like this.
Until the sun set on it light, until days when this cold last strike, until it take a while and your road wouldn't speak. And did I mention I was not but I ignore. But I ignore.
Wow, pretty good stuff. I do have to say, of the almost 12 months that we've been doing Play Dead Live, that is probably one of my favorite stories. Probably one of the most powerful stories that we've had. And it kind of brings you back to that, how it started with you guys. You know, we have some different bosses, but I think the real ones are the ones that hit home. Yeah, you guys have fought some creepy stuff, some freaky stuff. You're fighting one now, but when you get to the buzzes and the jigsaws and the Saw boys, probably up there too. But you know, this is a deeply, deeply devastating type of story. So, one of my favorite. But we got a few more memories in store for you guys tonight. So we'll have a few more people log in. I saw Angel pick up bundles for Nixie. A lot of good stewardship, a lot of taking care of each other tonight. I want to thank you guys, for being here. There are some special prizes that are mailing out. I know you guys are like, where are the awards from the first Max event? They are all complete, boxed up, with the cards with Kel all going out. So Patreon's going out. First edition Max Awards are going out. So you guys are going to get these big Christmas bundle type of things shipped out to you that should be getting within the next week. So looking forward to that. So again, if you guys got here a little bit late, just take a quick snapshot of this. You are going to love the Gladiator Saber and the Gladiator Gun. And they are automatic upgrades for your Rose and for any of your Sabers. So here we are, everybody, and I did promise a special night for you guys. How many people like the last Max Awards and the Bounty Hunter as the special MC? I thought he did a pretty good job, kind of keeping the peace, making sure it didn't get a little bit crazy, a little bit rowdy. Because, you know, not every MC can keep their cool. Some are a little bit more personal to you than the others. So I am pleased to announce tonight's special MC, somebody that I know is near and dear to all of your hearts. You have created a very special bond with him lately. It is a him. And yes, tonight's MC is none other than Craven. So yeah, it could get a little interesting by the end of the night. So Craven will be keeping the focus and making sure that everybody is on their best behavior. Very charming fellow, this guy. I see Dow picking up all the bundles tonight. What do you mean, boo? Craven loves you guys. Every scenario, he waves at you. I think it's going to be a rather cordial event. We've already talked about the PvP and the portal and all the things that we can do, but this is just a night of relaxing. So, all right, I am going to ask you guys to do me a favor, though, because I've heard there is a special edition PvP farm shirt that is going out to everybody's in attendance. So before we get to the first award, if you guys can do me a big favor, everybody give me a 999 so Kel can screenshot it and we can make sure that we get you another memory, because all the shirts, all the awards, all the cards, all the videos, everything that we do from an upgrade standpoint is creating permanent, long-lasting memories. So we are going to ship out another t-shirt. So you're going to have either, an awards case, a trophy case, a closet, a drawer, something. You're going to have a lot of 999 PDL or some type of gear. I see Rocket in the house. What's up, Rocket? Good to see Gina here as well. Appreciate you guys popping in. All right. And the last thing that I'm going to say is remember, most of these awards are voted for by your peers. Did I see Julie J there? There she is. That's my acolyte. Julie J in the house. There you go, Julie J. You know what? We're going to have Gina back soon. We're going to have Julie J back soon. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. I know Bonnie's already thinking like, wait a minute, let's see if I get that other priest prevention and I can use that in turn number 3. Yeah. Good to see you, Julie. Hopefully you are feeling much, much better. And Julie and I have talked a few times, so I've been kept fairly well posted. So I know her return is imminent. It's right around the corner. So awesome, awesome. I mean, it's worth it, right? When we start to see our players back here representing the game. So with that being said, and we got a full house, let's the awards, even if you don't win, when you get up on that stage, if you're a finalist for some of these awards, I want you to kind of take that all in. Because to be side by side with some of these players and get acknowledged by other people for those particular categories, it's a cool, cool deal. With that being said, we're going to start out with our very first award of the night. So, first award of the night is going to be the Most Improved Award. From season to season, what the group kind of thought of that player, and then what they think of the player now. So we got some good ones in the running for this. So we're going to start out. How about one of the finalists? How about our very own Flyrod? Flyrod looks like he can stand toe-to-toe with Craven. How about Busy Bee? And none other than Kat, who was just getting her feet wet when we were doing PvP and getting in the game. So everybody, these are our 3 finalists for our very first award. All of them are tremendous players. And these are the people on stage that you put there. But in this particular award, only one person can walk away with the award. And remember, the first Max Awards, there are plaques with all of your names on it. So if you won the last time, you got a chance to double up. Tonight's the same thing. We're adding plaque awards, specially produced by Kel for your trophy case. And the winner of Most Improved is Busy Bee. Congratulations, Busy Bee. Taking home the very first award of the night. Very well done. And she is playing some top-notch PvP right now. So Busy Bee, congratulations. That is our most improved, and she's going to come over here beside her tag team partner and say, what's up? So I mentioned this in Portals. And Fly Rod hanging out with Ben the Tin Man. Busy Bee is a sleeper in Portal PvP. So watch out. Don't be surprised if you see her up there on the leaderboard when the smoke clears. Could possibly even win it. Very good moves. Very calculated. But certainly Busy Bee playing some good PvP right now. All right. We got our first award under our belt. And without delay, I mean, we will take a few breaks, and we'll talk about where we've come in the game over the last 3 months since we did the last awards. But I do want to jump into another award because this one, well, it was pretty much a two-man show. And by two-man show, I mean two-woman show. Best Bomber Award, you guys made a case for these two. There really wasn't a lot of conversation. And keep in mind, some people play Bomber 2 or 3 turns or 2 or 3 games, and somebody else comes in. So we had a lot of good Bombers. Team by team. But 2 were the most consistent. And one of those was Amy Bones for the number 2 rated team in Sly. And the other one, no doubt about it, was Kel from our defending champ, Mere Magic. Now, I know a lot of you guys were torn, soul searching on this because who do you vote for? I mean, they're both super, super good. Obviously, they're both mods, so I've got a connection to both of them. But there was some real good depth and detail, and both of them are excellent. And with all the people, you got to be kidding me. Wait, we got Bilal in the house? What is going on here? Are you guys joking me? We got Gina, we got Julie J, and then we got B in the house as well. I mean, that's some serious Max Awards right there. I know Hippo is going to be like, man, there's my partner. And a couple of you guys that came into the game late, Hippo and Bilal was some of the most creative early PvP that we saw. They had some great combo moves. Yes, sir. Good to see these guys. So, I don't know. This may or may not surprise you, that both of these players got a lot of votes. Now, what might also surprise you is that they were a dead tie, split right down the middle with voting, the exact same number of votes. Not the first time it's ever happened. But we got two people sharing the Bomber of the Year award, and probably couldn't go to two better people. Amy Bones and Kel both walking away with the hardware tonight. Congratulations to the two best bombers in Faction Wars. Amy, I'm going to put you over here so you can show Will what it's like to win. I'm sorry, Will. Sorry. Too soon. And Kel's going to go over here by Moonshot. So congratulations. 2 awards in the books. Now, this next one is an absolute favorite of mine. And the reason it's a favorite of mine is, let's be honest, in the Asylum, defenders were a little bit limited in what they could do, right? I'm not saying being a defender was boring, but it was just kind of get the points, wait for somebody to attack you, get an attack when you can. But man, oh man, in the farm, defenders have range. They can protect your flag. They can play more pets. I mean, being a defender really turned into a sweet, sweet strategy. I love it, Will. Craven, say hey to Kills for me. If you guys don't know, he's basically saying, give Kills the middle finger. I caught that, Will. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, this next award has a lot of people. A lot of people got votes. Now, remember, last year, we actually had a tie for Defender of the Year in the Asylum. And it was Valar and Moonshot. Right? Well, probably wouldn't surprise you, would it? If Moonshot was back on the final stage and Valar was back on the final stage. But you know what? We actually had several more defenders get a little bit of love. How about Ocean Man being on the final stage? And what about Father Ron being on the final stage? So we got 4 very good defenders. Now, if Trigger wouldn't have played Bomber, she might be on the final stage. Because she got a couple votes too. But these 4 were all recognized as top defenders. And we know Valar and Moonshot know a little bit of something about defending. Who do you guys think took this home? Now, don't type it, because if you type it, people are going to know who you voted for. Probably. Unless you trick them. Bad question. I'm not going to ask that question. But I will say, this one did surprise me. In fact, this award actually shocked me. because Valar, Ocean Man, Moonshot, and Father Ron ended up in a 4-way defensive tie for best defenders. So, yeah, Kel, I think this one got a little bit expensive for us. That is going to be 4 top defender plaques that are going out. Moonshot and Valar, back-to-back winners. And Ray and Father Ron being recognized as 2 of the top defenders as well. So, Ray, if you can do me a favor, if you can go over here and sit beside Will and show him what it's like to win. I'm sorry, Will, too soon? I mean, this table's got Amy, it's got Ray. At least let him hold the trophy. Oh, boy. I got a feeling Craven is going to be waving at me again, Will. Congratulations to Moonshot. Great job with Mir. Certainly super strong. Father Ron, obviously Father Ron can play a lot of different positions, but in the defensive position, got a lot of votes. And there's very few that are as consistent as Valar. Just awesome, awesome player. And let me also say, with Valar, she does a lot for her group as well. Just absolute top-notch and classy individual for a long time on his channel. So I'm glad to see you get recognized yet again. Awesome job to the top 4 defenders in the league. And I'll tell you, we saw them switch up a little bit. Will played a little defender. Trigger played a little defender. And yes, Craven says, hey again. There were some good moves mixed in there. All right, you know what? I feel like a little how about a Limbo remix before we get into the next award, which is going to be most lethal. You guys want to hear Limbo mix it up a little bit? You guys remember as you transitioned into Crossfire Cliffs? Because it wasn't Limbo that did the music. Was when he was summoned. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. Limbo is a badass. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Just the drag off the cigarette at the end after the execution is probably it's perfect and poetic. Crowley is out there for sure. So it's certainly appropriate when we get into the next award because Limbo's pretty lethal. And I think it is time to recognize some of our most lethal players in the game. I mean, there are very few that can match our very own B-Dub. Dedicated, strategic, a planner, a killer. Certainly B-Dub deserves to be on that final stage. Well, how about last year's winner? I mean, they don't call her the assassin for nothing. And there's somebody else that got recognized quite a bit as most lethal, and that is our very own Katrina. Now, come on. Take a look at this stage. Could you imagine if a Saturday night portal event came down with the 3 of these as a 3-for-all? Can you guys visualize this? Because this might happen. One Saturday night, you could see B-Dub, Julia, and Kat all on the same playing field at one time. I mean, that is magical. Now, this was a lot of recognition. It was a great, great competition. But one person edged out the other 2 to be recognized as the most lethal, and that is the assassin. Back-to-back seasons as voted for by all of you. You voted Julia the assassin slightly more deadly than the other 2 on that stage. But I got to tell you, they're all pretty fierce. So congratulations to Julia, bringing home back-to-back most lethal award, taking home the hardware, and certainly B-Dub and Kat are certainly on everybody else's minds as well. All right, one half of Hellfire and Brimstone. All right, this next one was pretty much a landslide last season. I mean, we know Deadly Dimes is a fierce warrior, but we also know that she plays a pretty mean tank as well. So the big question here is, did the recognition, and you guys can say, Tiny might have the best abs in PDL history. Tiny making the stage again. But guess what? How about Fly Rod making the case for best tank? And a relative newcomer, Kat, on the final stage yet again. most lethal in one vote, and then getting votes for best tank because she is a tank. So you've got Tiny, the defending champion. You've got Fly Rod. And you got Team Box represented with Cat as well. And this was great to see these votes. And I will tell you, I love to watch all three play because all three are absolute superstars in the league. But again, one was much, much more recognized than the other two. Our very own Tiny, a.k.a. Deadly Dimes, rolling two characters. Tiny with a lot of recognition. And as another special shout out, how about a big, big shout out to Deadly Dimes and Team Sly making big, big moves this season. Congratulations to Tiny. Tiny, I'm going to move you to a different table over here by Will so you can, just tell Will what it's like to sorry, too soon, right? Never mind. I'm going to move you over here so Will doesn't get jealous of your hardware. And we'll put Fly Rod back over here with Ben, being recognized yet again. I'm going to tell you, Sly's racking up on some awards tonight. Amy in the house. Ray in the house. Tiny in the house. But that is our Iron Tank. All right, so we are going to take just a brief moment. I have to tell you, as I said earlier, the Gemstone story is probably my favorite. If it's not, it's a close second. Because certainly Buzz, Jigsaw, Rip, I mean, the Saw Boys, I know for you guys, when you see the Saw Boys, you probably don't feel the emotional attachment that you do with Jim's story. But there's just a lot of undertones to that story and how it plays in to where they're at right now. So before we get to next award, I do want to take you guys back to it's certainly one of my top three, but just a little reminder to the Saw Boy story.
Learning the art of holding your tongue. The end of a season, end of a run. Not everyone can be the star. We're holding and folding this round of cards. And oh how the rain pours in. And oh how the trees they bend. And starts again. The feeling starts again. The feeling starts again. And oh how the rain pours in. And oh how the trees they bend. And oh when the air gets thin. The feeling starts again. The feeling starts again. The feeling starts again. The feeling starts again.
All right, we are back. Every time I see that, it brings out something different. The connection between those guys, and I'll tell you, when I was putting that chapter together, you guys had just finished up Crimson Cove, and you went from Crimson Cove, Burning Bay, and he had Ray's story and Neptune. And there's always a risk in going from larger than life and godlike summon to the human element. And I remember you guys in the video of the intro, kind of taking the boat, going to Salisbury Island, and you didn't really know what was in store at the campfire. And then all of a sudden you got these people. And you're always going to have a deeper connection to the people in the game. Yes, you're going to beat bosses, you're going to beat gods, you're going to beat demons, all of those things. But I think some of the strongest connections you guys have had are to the people that have a backstory. So it was just, for me, it was a nice, refreshing break to go from being bombed on an island or being bombed on a cove in order to go to an island. So, yeah, it was just good stuff. And if you guys remember that intro, the whole game show intro to that and kind of the weirdness around that family, and to see where they're at right now, it's pretty cool stuff. So, yep, love that story. That's one of my favorite. Let's go into the next award of the night, and it is this one kind of says a lot, because the jack of all trades, a lot of people have sort of fought for this award. Where they'll be tank, they'll be bomber, they can play rover. So, all of the moves that you have within that. And I think the acknowledgement of this just shows the ability and well-roundedness of the players. So I love the 3 finalists for this award. So how about finalist number 1, Deadly Dimes. You talk about a jack of all trades, Deadly Dimes can do it all. How about Gemstone? And certainly a player that can do it all as well, B-Dub. Now, again, could you guys imagine this as a 3-for-all on Saturday night? I mean, could we see a Gemstone, Deadly Dimes, B-Dub matchup? Crazy, right? But once again, sometimes people tie, sometimes it's a couple, sometimes people win. But regardless, being up on that stage and being acknowledged among all those good players as the best and most rounded, well-rounded. Only one person won. It was super, super close voting. Gemstone is your jack of all trades. Congratulations, Jim. Another super, super close award, and Gemstone edging it out over two amazing players. All faction leads as well. So congratulations, Jim. Bringing home the jack of all trades hardware as recognized by all of your peers. Good stuff. All right, we got another good one. I love this award too. Now, in the past, we called it the best bench. And now it's second unit. Because I don't know that people are really benched. This was a really, really cool award because of the dynamic. Some people were bench, some people were starters, so on and so forth. But the finalist for this was really good. Might have been one of the most competitive and to be acknowledged by so many people. Heart of Nixie, one of the finalists. The Football Master, one of the finalists. And our most improved winner, Busy Bee, one of the finalists. Now, you got to admit, that is three people that come in, they know their role, they take care of business, stick to the script. And I think you guys are really torn when it came to this group. You know how I know you were torn? Because again, for the third time tonight, we had a finalist tie. And three of the best second unit players all tied based on the vote count by each of you. Zach, Busy, and Nixie, congratulations, all three of you tied for Best Bench Award. And again, Kel, we're going to be producing a few more awards. So congratulations to each of you. Tremendous job. How many people feel like Busy Bee might not go under the radar anymore? Busy, here's the thing. When you start to get noticed a little more, you start to get noticed a little bit more. I feel like, and I know Busy's always been a good player, but I feel like there might be a little target on her back now. Most Improved Award, tied for the Best Second Unit Award. So, Very good job. All right. Before we go down memory lane again, we got another one. This one was a little bit different. And I'll tell you why. Because in tag team, there were very distinct groups that always played together. This was probably one of the most split up groups that we had. Because you saw multiple people, and then some people were like, okay, is it tag team in the portal? Is it 2 players on the field? Is it 2 people that strategize? And just to be honest, we had a lot of different combinations. So it did mix it up a little bit. So it boiled down to where the votes were. Now, some, I think, is based on history. And you know the history of some of these players, but then you see them on the field, so you know that they're lethal. They're the deadliest duo. So certainly, our defending tag team champions got some attention from the league. The Twisted Sisters got some attention as a finalist. Well, how about their arch rival? Gemstone and Julia. Hellfire and Brimstone on the final stage. So certainly, these 2 teams are recognized. And remember, it was Hellfire and Brimstone last season. And this group made the running as well because you guys wanted to see Kel and Moonshot on the final stage. So that's 3 pretty deadly duos. Twisted Sister, Hellfire and Brimstone. I know that Dimes and Tiny got a vote. I know there were different votes out there, but these were the highest vote getters. And you got 4 people out of Mirror in there. But there are very few as deadly as B-Dub and Unforeseen taking this season's deadliest duo. First time they won it. They didn't win it last time. But the Twisted Sisters bringing home the hardware as the deadliest duo in Play Dead Live, as voted by you. So certainly big props to Amanda and B-Dub. So congratulations. But again, I think there were a lot of mixed votes because some people voted Portal, some people voted Tag Team, some people voted what they saw on the playing field. Wow, so we're making some pretty good time here. And see what I want to bring up for you guys. Something fairly recent. Because we did transition into pretty powerful video. Now, I do have to ask, Gemstone, maybe look the other way. Because we fought some pretty ferocious stuff, but probably nothing as creepy as Remy. Remy and that storyline and that cabin, whew, creepy stuff.
They always play you.
They always play you, baby.
They always play you.
They always play you, baby.
They always play you on the radio.
They always show you on the video. Don't matter where I turn my dial, you got me. And you're nothing less than you got to see. I can't get enough of you, you got me, baby, chasing.
All right, that's enough for me. All right. I'm even going to stop because I can't look away. All right, that's all the Remy you get for tonight. I know Ocean Man's like, hell with that. I'm going to be having a lot of Remy after winning my award. And he ain't sharing any of the Remy with Will. Yet. The night's early, Will. This is this is brand new award. No, this is not a new award. Hold on. The next one, we'll keep summoning Craven. This got a lot of votes. So when we talked about play of the year, and honestly, this was not the first thing that popped in my head, believe it or not. But boy, oh boy, did you guys love this play. I won't say it was unanimous, but it got a lot of votes. A lot of votes. As something that's stuck in everybody's mind. So, we only have one finalist for this because it was super, super high up on the list. And I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to give you 4 actions. Red Icky, Deacon Dagger, Red Icky, Timber. That, everybody, was the play of the year. And it was the Twisted Sisters in back-to-back moves going Red Icky, Deacon Dagger, another Red Icky, and Timber. Absolutely flattening out the field. So by a huge, huge margin, I don't know, and I'm not going to ask them to divulge, but I don't know if it was planned. I don't know if it just happened on the spot, but it got the attention of everybody in the league. So your winners for play of the year were B-Dub and Unforeseen, dealing a lot of damage over 6 different people that were on the field. So it certainly put a whole team on the defensive. So congratulations. Big play of the year move for B-Dub and also for Amanda. Twisted Sisters, alive and well. All right, so this one, I love this award because this is a brand new element to the game, and certainly we know we got some people who love to go to the portal. So we got Dow on the final stage. We got our very own Will the Bill, who wants to be up here beside Craven. We got the assassin Julia. And we've got ATM. All getting votes. So we've seen Will in the portal. Sometimes successful. We've seen Dal in the portal. Sometimes successful. We've seen Julia there. Julia says this is her new favorite thing. How are you guys feeling about portals? I love it. I love the portal aspect. I love the portal PvP. And I do have to tell you, this was not a four-way tie, but it was a tie between two people. Two people were recognized just a little bit more than the other two people. So certainly, the assassin is pretty comfortable with the portal. But this next one was certainly nice to see people remember and acknowledge and respect that it's not always about killing, is it, Dal? Sometimes it's about healing. And Alex the medic, who beat down his dad, tied for the Portal Pro by showing a very unique skill set. And you guys recognized it. I had a lot of people that messaged me and said, ATM beating Dow in the portal makes him a Portal Pro. So you got Julia that can kill, and you got Alex that can heal. So congratulations to ATM splitting the award with the assassin. Those are your two Portal Pros as voted for by each of you. And Dow, give him a high five, give him a hug, tell him you love him, then put him in a headlock, and then make him do some laundry. In that order. So congratulations to Alex the Medic, taking home the Portal Pro hardware, and also the assassin Julia, who does love the portal. And we saw that the other night as well in Portal PvP. All right, brand new award for everybody. So this next one is really about your contribution to your team, to your faction, to the game, the MVP award. And I think it encompasses a lot. I mean, what does it take to be most valuable? Is it your leadership? Is it your preparation? Is it the work you do behind the scenes? We had 3 people on that stage that people thought, wait a minute, what if that, there's a lot of ways to look at most valuable, right? What if you remove that person from the conversation? Well, how about brand new player Katrina being on the final stage for most valuable player, one of the most valuable players for Team Box? How about defending MVP champion B-Dub? I know if you ask Mir, they'll go to war and they'll tell you what B-Dub brings to the faction. And also on the final stage, you guys gave a lot of acknowledgement to the Assassin. Assassin's been up on that stage a lot tonight. So these were the three players that got the most votes for league MVP. And all of you should be proud that they represent the league, that they represent your factions, whether it's moral support, whether it is strategy, any of the above. But I think that's a pretty tough group, right? But certainly, there's one player that the majority of you really, really recognized. And, again, I see it a lot. I see it behind the scenes. Even tonight, as I said, it may go unnoticed by a lot of people, but even picking up that bundle for her competitor, before she plays the competitor, B-Dub getting the majority of your votes for most valuable player in the league. So congratulations to Bonnie. Unbelievable the work she puts in that you guys never, ever, ever see. I see it, believe me. I see it on a regular basis. Bonnie and I are in pretty constant communication with her faction, preparation, upgrades, all of the above. So congratulations to B-Dub. She is our league MVP back-to-back seasons. But we ain't done. We're not done. I know that's a very important award because a lot of times you see MVP and you say, okay, that's the biggest, that's the most important one. Yeah, it's a very important award because it shows a lot of stuff and it also shows what you guys think as well. But one of the ones that we added last year that I think is super, super cool is a sportsmanship award. And a sportsmanship award, even to be recognized for this, is, you play, you don't kick rocks when you lose. You lose with grace. You keep an even keel. You're excited about the game. And a lot of people could have been up on the stage, but we certainly know our finalist. Kel won it last year. A newcomer to the sportsmanship stage, Father Ron. And another newcomer to the sportsmanship stage is Trigger. So league-wide, these are the three players that you looked at and said, they're great sports. Kel and Mir, and you got a couple Vox players. And look, we know that Vox has rebuilt a little bit. Got a great team. I love what Vox has going on. I know they finished fourth, but when I see Hippo's involvement, when I see Alex, football master, you guys saw one of the best bench players a minute ago. Kat nominated for a lot of awards. Ron and Trigger. Gina trying to get her Wi-Fi back so Gina can get back in the mix. I mean, as a fan, you got to cheer for Vox, right? Because you guys have all been there. So it's good to see a couple sports from Vox. So just to be recognized. And the Sportsmanship Award goes to Angel. So congratulations, Angel, for being recognized as the best sportswoman in the entire league. You certainly were noticed by your peers, your enthusiasm, your attitude, what you bring to Vox. So certainly well-deserved. I think you did a tremendous job, and we know where Vox was, and we know where Vox is now. So I'm really excited to see the next couple months. So congratulations to Trigger winning that award. All right, we're going to put you back over here beside your partner. All right, so this award was something I added last season. And I got to tell you guys, for me and the partnerships I have with all the leaders, it is, I mean, it's wonderful. Because I do calls with each of you. I'll drop in leader chat. And the leaders, you know, they'll take stuff, they'll post it, they'll communicate it. So last year we had Jim Stone and we had Bonnie won the leadership award. Just tremendous. Building up their groups and driving behaviors, good culture, always prepared. And there's a lot of stuff that goes in leadership. So for me to pick players in this is always difficult because in some regards, I don't want anybody to think like, okay, well, it's a backslide, or, you know, if Ron didn't get on the stage, Ron didn't do a good enough job this time, or Bonnie didn't, Jim didn't, so on and so forth. Because I will tell you, all the leaders are incredible. But something stood out to me a little bit differently, a little bit more. So when I name the finals, it's very straightforward. I did a call with this group, and I challenged them to turn around their faction. They were in a rough spot. They were trying to turn the corner. PvP wasn't always fun. And we talked, and things needed to click. The decision-making needed to change. And Will, Tammy, and Amy had a concerted effort to start to help gear their players, to strategize, to get people more prepared for their matches, and to go from last place to second place. It's certainly not a knock on the other leaders because they're good. But Sly just turned it up a little bit more this time around. So for this season, my leadership award goes to Tammy, goes to Will, and goes to Amy. I think you guys did an incredible job with your group. I think your gameplay was competitive. I think your preparation was top-notch. I think you guys made it fun again. And I really enjoyed watching you guys play. Because you were creative. You took some of the pressure off and you just made it fun. And when you made it fun, you started to trust each other. And when you started to trust each other, you started winning. And who knows what's going to happen in the tournament? Maybe you beat Ark. Maybe Ark beats you. But I know up to this point, you guys did an incredible job. It's not all or nothing. Tournament is what the tournament is. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. Next week, Fox is going to play Mirror. It's going to be a winner and a loser. Ark's going to play Sly. It's going to be a winner and a loser. There's so much respect between those teams. But what everybody needs to understand it takes a lot to get to that point. And you guys have done all the things to get to that point. So that's my leadership award. I think you guys were phenomenal. But I got a couple more awards. We are not done. So hold tight, everybody. So Will, although I was giving you a hard time, that's what it feels like to get the hardware. So certainly well deserved. And I won't go into all the specifics. But I'll give you an overview. I either text Will or called Will. I can't remember. At the end of last season. And I said, Will, maybe it's time we give some consideration to this, and this. And it took him about 5 seconds to say, no, we're not. We're going to do it this way, and we're going to change some things. And I was like, all right. You know better than I do. And that was all I needed to hear. And the three of them, their partnership, certainly just goes to show you. It's not always about gear. It's not always about positioning. Sometimes it's about trust and enjoying the game. I can't do my Will impersonation for the Sly call, but it was good. Keels. How long we played this game, Keels? About 12 months. All right, Keels. Now, this ain't a gripe, but can we stop leading people with the moves? Yeah, Will, it's a little hard because people lag, they time out. I mean, I don't want to tell them they have another blue. You guys don't know when Will gives you the It's a southern way of saying, Craven, raise your hand. But that was a little bit of our call. So, with that being said, I am going to ask you guys to be better prepared with your moves so I don't have to say in the tournament as much, is there anything that you would like to do? Because I don't want to lead you into that. But let me also say, we are a little flexible with, I know when you have one or two blues, and just have your teams ready to go. So, yeah, that was a little bit of the talk I got. But that's why I did the calls Sunday. I wanted to hear the feedback from you, and I know the matches have been running long. I know we want to shorten them. I know that we want the players to get their moves ready quicker. I know it's frustrating when you guys get a killing blow and then somebody's computer freezes and they could have prevented it. I know that. I know it's frustrating sometimes when I do the wall damage and then somebody says blue. And there's going to be some of that. But yeah, I think we can always get it a little bit better. So just as leaders and players, just be cognizant that everybody wants the game to be swifter. So congratulations again for our leadership. Nixie, I have never been afraid of feedback because I will tell you, I'm very receptive toward it, and it's what makes our experience better and better. Now, I'm not going to open it up to say we just revamp, but I'm certainly open to improving and modifying, and some things happen as a result of how we play. Some things are a result of feedback. And I'll tell you, the ultimate feedback is that we're a year into the game and we're still having a good time. And that's the best feedback that you guys could give. So Good stuff. All right. The next award is something that I added. This is brand new, and this was not voted on. So I am calling this the Bounty Hunter Award. Now, it might not mean what you think it means. So you guys would probably all agree that we have some really good players. But to me, the Bounty Hunter Award is that player or player that catches my eye, that does things almost the perfect move at the perfect time. And two of these players, we got a lot of good players, and I'm sure a lot of you guys could raise your hand and say, hey, that's me, that's me. But I'm a fan of the game as well. So at the end of the night, when you guys are in your factions and you're talking about, we could have did this, we could have did this, I'm assessing the gameplay and saying, this person played an almost perfect set of moves. That's the way I would have played it as the inventor of the game. They did this, this, and this, and it was the right move at the right time. And throughout the season, there's a couple players that I took note of that were not unorthodox, but really, really in tune with what they should do at the right time. And I'm just going to put them on the final stage together because they are Flyrod and Katrina, I think, make amazing moves. And if you go back and watch their gameplay, the strategy behind what they do and when they do it is really, really good. And it's not about being a starter. It's not about coming off the bench. Watch these two players play, and they do some good stuff. So I wanted to recognize these two players, and we will continue to have this award. And it's almost like if there's a 100-point system, how much of a percentage of the time are they doing the right move? And I think, to me, they scored very, very high on the scale. So you got to watch out for them. And you can probably go back and think through some of it and remember a move or two that they certainly were very steady. All right. Brand new award. That is the Bounty Hunter Award, and it is for top-notch execution of your moves. So certainly wanted to recognize that. And a big shout-out to B-Dub, because that was something that was sort of indirectly suggested by Bonnie. And it was more suggested as at the end of the night, a recap of some of the better moves, and I thought, yeah, why don't we do it at the end of the season? Why don't we recap some of the most fundamentally sound players? So, certainly want to recognize that. And last, and certainly not least, we do have to acknowledge from our latest video, and you guys know that we have a cosmic dance contest coming up. And I'm going to give you the 3 finalists. Again, this is voted for by me. Sorry, I don't let you guys vote on this one. But we know we got our defending champ, Unforeseen. We got Mr. Everything, Father Ron. And we got Mrs. Everything Busy Bee. Busy Bee can dance. She can be most improved. She can come off the bench. So I put a lot of thought and heart and prayer into this one. And there was just one person that rose above the rest. And that's right, everybody. Father Ron is the best dancer. Father Ron bringing home the second annual dance award, taking the title from Unforeseen. She challenged him. Amanda went straight eagle mode, but Father Ron had Vox on his outfit. Come on. He had his faction name in his own outfit. Father Ron is a dance machine. Watch me get down. Father Ron went straight hammer mode on all you guys. If you guys want to take the title from Father Ron, there's a cosmic dance contest. Get it out right now. Get your videos posted. If you want to have it added to what we do, if you want to take down the champ, the Tower of Power, the man of the hour, Father Ron, uncontested, taking the Best Dancing Championship. You know who the King of the Hill is. If you want to take him down, go after him. Will has put together some stuff in the past. Maybe Will could take this title. Amanda might need to prove herself again. Busy Bee. So, all right, I need at least a show of hands. At least a few people. I want to know. A, Father Ron, are you going to defend the title? And B, I want to know who here in chat thinks they might have a shot to take down Father Ron in the Cosmic Dance Competition. Of all the awards, this one is one, this has sort of become our staple, right? This has become our thing. We play together, we PvP together, and we dance together. Father Ron says he's going to defend the title. Amanda says she's going to go after the title. Trigger, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We got a new challenger here. I think Trigger. Kel. All right, I got Amanda. I got Kel. I got Trigger. What do you guys think? You guys think Will the Bill should go after it? Who here thinks Will should be in this contest? I think so. I think Will with a hammer prop somehow will. Look at this. Ray says yes. Amanda says yes. Amy says yes. I certainly think Father Ron is not afraid of the competition. Oh, there he is. Will's in. I think Deadly Dimes is in. Wow, this is turning out to be the biggest dance competition we got. I see Trigger. I see Ron. I see Amanda. Deadly Dimes. Kel. Will. This is shaping up to be a nice year-end video. And we're going to get all of that mixed in. And you guys know what? We're going to start it with a little bit of Morgue of Mirrors, a little bit of Crossfire Cliffs, A little bit of Cosmic Caverns. Graves of Craven. So we got a lot of history that we have to tie into that next video. So you're going to see some of your favorites. The theme is cosmic, space cadet, stars, astronauts, rocket ships, retro video games. Something crazy. Psychedelic. Awesome. Awesome stuff. I mean, Ron, you know what? Ron, I think we made you up your game. We didn't think Ron was going to have much competition. Now it's going to be harder and harder for him to defend the dance title. All right. You know what? It is 10:54, which is about the time I would love to end our PvP on PvP nights. We are going to wind it down. And again, just a couple special shout outs. I want to thank all of you guys. Okay, I got a question. How many people think Jack Carr should join a faction and roll a character? What do you guys think? You guys think Jack needs to get in the game? We've seen the Max Awards. You've seen some of the video clips. You've seen some of the dance. We PvP. We kill bosses. So certainly, I think a couple of you guys should reach out to Jack and, hey, if you want him in your faction, I think you guys need to start recruiting. And then we get him in on a Friday night. Show him the ropes. We roll a character. Absolutely. And we got a lot of good mentors. We got a lot of great ambassadors for the game. We have been officially going strong since January 7th. Level 11. So you guys have just done an unbelievable job playing your characters, leveling up your characters, the sportsmanship, the camaraderie, the socializing, unbelievable. But man, oh man, when you guys play, you play hard. So, awesome stuff. You guys get Jack's contact information, and let's get him in a faction. It sounds like Ark made a strong recruiting pitch, right? Sounds like Dow making a pretty strong recruiting pitch to teach him the ropes. They did lose Alex. They did lose Alex the medic. But then Father Ron, yeah, I mean, look at Sly. All right, Dimes, Father Ron, Dow, Gemstone, you guys get together. Let's get Jack in the game. We'll figure out which faction to put him in. But certainly, love to get Bilal back. We got Rocket coming back. We got Julie J coming back. we get Jack in the game. So, great stuff. Again, thank you guys for everything that you guys do. I will get one last ask of each of you is any inventory corrections, get those to me tomorrow because I want inventory to be 100% complete by Thanksgiving. So my goal is everything 100% complete, so please review it sometime tomorrow. If there's no adjustments to it, we're going to consider it's good. And then Friday night, Jack, we're going to be here at 9 o'clock, and they're going to be dealing with the Game Master. And if you guys don't know who the Game Master is, let me give you a quick reminder of who the group is going to be fighting on Friday night. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Here he is, the one and only Sega. This is where we left it last week. Craven says hello, Will.
She's finally gonna leave him. Goodbye, so long, don't try. She gon' you can cry, but it won't work, no. She's finally gonna leave him.
How about a big shout out to Craven for doing a great job tonight?
She gon' you can cry, but it won't work, no. She's finally gonna leave him. Thinking about it for a while when the woman fed up, then it's over, goodbye. Every little thing that he did that up in the final struggle.
I think he kept the peace tonight.
Oh, I bet he mad now, good. Feeling like he should. Lonely, sad, and confused, like all the times he did it to you. Just never looking back, move forward. There's another person out there for you to knock your bag without that door. Ain't gotta deal with that no more.
There he is. There is our... That is Sega. But here's the extended peek.
Well, I'm a liar, I'm a boozer, I'm a bastard and abuser. And I'm wondering how much lower can I go? I've been beaten, I've been bloody, I've been broken and betrayed. And I'm wondering how much lower can I go? Found her with another man. I was thrown into confusion. For all the world I thought was true. It's nothing but illusion. So now I'm a liar, I'm a loser, I'm a bastard and abuser. And I'm wondering how much lower can I go? I've been beaten, I've been bloody, I've been broken and betrayed. Wondering how much lower can I go? Even though I know it's wrong, I wish my pain upon the world. I curse the lives of lucky men into this pen out there.
All right. And you know what? I would be remiss if we didn't end this thing with a big, big dance. So big shout out to all of you guys. Thanks for everything you guys do for making this game just absolute blast and a great time. So thanks again. Let's get our dance on because that's how we do it. What do you guys want to dance to? I think we should go... Let's go grave dance. Father Ron, you want the grave dance, right? All right, that's what he said. Here we go. Thanks again, everybody. You'll see a few of your friends and co-conspirators. Have a good night. Congrats to all the winners, and congrats to all the people who were selected and on that stage.
This is the night, I know the time is right to let you do us now. Wow, so this old game, it just might be the way to make you be my man. Yeah, but can't you see that you and me could be happy? So about